There's nothing I like creating more than self-portraits, and that's simply because I don't have to answer to anyone but myself. No one's watching, no one's judging. I can try anything, or I can fail miserably. It doesn't matter. That's where my inner artist feels the most comfortable. I live at the top of a mountain in Colorado, and my studio is an hour down the mountain in town. So when we got hit with a late May snowstorm, I wasn't equipped with a tripod or a studio full of wardrobe and props. But the fresh snow was definitely calling to me for a self-portrait. So I did yet another thing that lights my spirit up, and that is improvising. So I used a ladder as my tripod and a pair of socks underneath it to prop it up and frame my shot. My shutter release remote was down at the studio as well, but honestly, I don't really ever use it anyway. Pressing the timer button and running into the shot to pose has become one of my favorite elements of this process. It's definitely where I laugh the most and definitely where I curse the most. And I think it adds value to the final product because I know the effort that went into the photo. To me, that's art. So I go back and forth, pressing the button, hustling into the frame, and either posing or, better yet, creating a shot in motion. These are my favorite when I can get it right. And the tricky thing about motion is that you never get the same shot twice, so it's impossible to perfect. I just keep trying a movement and then checking the back of the camera to see if it's working. I also keep an eye out for shots that can be composited together later. So if there's a shot where I love my pose but the dress isn't moving, then later in Photoshop I can combine it with an image where the dress is more fluid. It's an interesting dynamic with self-portraits because I know if I had a model here and an assistant and maybe a team of stylists, I would definitely get something bigger and better and more epic looking. But there's definitely something about going into the entire thing alone that makes these types of portraits the ones that I hold closest to my heart and I take the most pride in. They may not be the favorite of anyone else, but they feed my soul, and therefore they are completely necessary.